Okay, so digital marketing is debatably the king of the hill right now. And it's probably going to be that way for the well foreseeable future. We're starting to see an uptick in a lot of more like in-person events again. Referrals are obviously still around. There's actually a strong push right now in most businesses for culture and kindness. Actually, Gary Vee is kind of one of the big guys behind it. But anyways, today we're digging into digital marketing, specifically for financial advisors. So throughout the course of this episode, guys, we're not going to get in like super deep in the weeds of all things digital marketing. We're going to stay pretty much on topic with just for financial advising. Again, whether that's managing assets, whether it's selling insurance, property and casualty, Medicare, from the CPA perspective, running a CPA agency, we're going to stay pretty granular to that. But digital marketing is debatably the king of the hill right now, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Quite frankly, it's only going to continue to evolve. The other businesses in the space, not just financial space, but just around the world, they're getting better at it. The data, the technology, it's all just increasing and getting better and better and better. So 6 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, if you weren't into digital marketing, you were probably just fine. But the advisors and the business owners who hopped on to digital marketing 6, 7, 8 years ago, they have been doing more than likely really well. Maybe that was you 5, 6, 7 years ago who said, my clients aren't on Facebook. I'm not going to get on Facebook. That doesn't make sense. My goal is not to change your opinion on situations like that by the end of this episode. My goal is to be able to really shed some light on what it actually, like digital marketing, should mean to you, how the process works, and if you can integrate it seamlessly to have like a proven, simple and proven framework to follow. So, jumping in, there's critical steps. Okay, there's critical steps that your prospects go through throughout the digital marketing process. Now, this is not a one-size-fits-all thing. It's going to be a little different for everyone, but there's a common formula. And more than likely, it doesn't end where you probably think it ends. Here's the life cycle of a digital lead as they become a lead to a prospect to a client and so on. So first and foremost, phase number one is they're aware of your brand, right? They know you exist. It doesn't matter how great of an advisor or a CPA or a broker you are. If someone doesn't know you exist, they will never be able to work with you. It's just really that simple. So step number one is they need to be aware of your brand. So that's where getting in front of them is really important. Content is huge, whether you're creating it like I am or you're curating it, which for most of you, I'd probably recommend you curate it. Just having the content out there. Websites and social media pages like LinkedIn, TikTok too, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You're very likely not going to have a client from just like that arena. I mean, you might, especially, actually, this is common with younger advisors, I should be clear. A lot of the younger advisors are having clients actually choose to work with them from their presence on LinkedIn. There's been a huge uptick in that. You'll also see a little bit of that on TikTok. It's really rare for like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, but it can happen. But more than anything, it's the content that gets you in front of people. So create the content, curate the content, post online. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are the big 5 that I would recommend. Pinterest is another really good option. You might be saying, what? Pinterest doesn't make sense. But Pinterest right now, the way that SEO works in a lot of like website recognition, linking is important. A term that you'll hear a lot is backlinking or backdoor linking. You'll have a lot of situations where your website doesn't show up on a Google search because you don't have a lot of links on your page. You don't have a lot of content on your page. That is really where a lot of advisors actually mess up. They'll work with a lot of vendor-based firms to create that kind of thing, like a website for them, for example, and they don't have the content, or it's really canned, so they don't show up, and they get mad. The way you can overcome that, hopping on Pinterest, creating a Pinterest board. You might have a compliance deal with this, depending on your specific situation. Create a Pinterest board, and by the way, that lives forever, so that's key. You hop on the radio, you do show, it'll live and die. Pinterest boards will, for the most part, live forever. Create a board around whatever your topic is. Let's call it life insurance. And on this board, all you have is like things about life insurance. You're going to link to your website on all of it. If you have videos on YouTube or social medias, you're going to hyperlink to them. You're going to have a lot of outside hyperlinks to stories and like news articles, whatever it is. Create the links and use Pinterest as your landing hub for all your links. And it's going to increase your visibility.